Welcome to Math with Mrs. Cox. We're on Chapter 9, Lesson 13, our lucky 13. We are subtract with renaming, which pretty much means we borrow from a whole number so that we can subtract our fractions. Let's begin. Okay, your instructions say estimate, then subtract. Write the difference in simplest form. Okay, so to estimate first, 2 and 1/8 is closer to 2. 1 and 7/8 is closer to 2. So we've got 2 minus 2 is going to be around 0. So our number is going to be between 0 and 1, some sort of fraction. So let's go ahead and see if we can figure this out. Now looking at our subtraction, this number is bigger than this one. So we're going to have to rename, which means we're going to have to borrow some from that whole number and turn that into a 1 and add 8 eighths to this. Okay. Now, I'm just going to erase my estimation right there. Now, if I confuse you, I borrow from here, and then I brought the whole number over here. Then I have 1 plus 8 is 9 eighths. Then I have 7 eighths over here. And now, because I have a whole number mixed into this fraction right here, I can then subtract this fraction underneath it. So 9 minus 7 is going to be 2 eighths. Then I'm going to subtract this whole number from this whole number, and that's going to be 0, so I don't need to use that at all. Now 2 eighths is not simplified, but I can divide them both by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So my answer is 1/4. And can you please circle your answer so I can see it? Okay, your turn. Number 2. I'm looking, and I notice the denominators are not the same, and I also notice that this number is not smaller than this number. So we're going to have to do some renaming. So the first thing I would suggest you do is rename it or borrow right from the beginning. So turn that into an 11. Then you're going to add 4 4s. 1 plus 4 is 5 4s. Then you have 2 thirds. Okay, now we know that we have another whole number mixed into that fraction. We should be able to subtract, but we do not have like denominators. So you're going to have to go like this and go ahead and find a denominator that they'll both go into. Subtract that difference, but don't forget to subtract this whole number from 11 minus 5 when you're finished. Number 3. Hey, I'm getting all the easy ones today, right? So I have 8 and 1/6 minus 3 and 5/6. Oh, goodness. That was not what I meant to do. That 5 is bigger than a 1, and I cannot take 5 from 1, so I'm going to have to borrow from the 8. I'm going to turn that into a 7, and we're going to add 6 6s right here. 1 plus 6 is 7 6s. Then I'm going to bring 5 6s over. I'm just bringing it over here so it's all organized in my brain. Now I can take 7 minus 5 is going to be 2 6s, right? Then I now have the number 7 minus 3, and that's going to end up being 4. But I can simplify. I can divide this by 2. 2 will go into 2 once. 2 will go into 6 3 times. So my final answer is going to be 4 and 1/3. Circle my answer. Okay, move to the next page. All right, number 4. Sherman's backpack weighs 6 1/4 pounds. That's important, circle it. Bree's backpack weighs 5 3/4 pounds. How much heavier? How much heavier? We're asking for a difference. So difference means our action is subtraction. So we're going to subtract 6 1/4 and 5 3/4. Oh, but if we're going to look at this, we cannot take 3 from 1. So we're going to have to break up that whole number and rename it and regroup it. So we're going to turn 6 into a 5. And then I'm just going to add 4 4s over here. Then I'm going to put a little plus sign. 1 plus 4 is 5/4. Bring the 3/4. Now I can subtract 5 minus 3 is going to be 2/4. Then I'm going to take 5 minus 5. 5 minus 5 is going to be, well, 0. So then 2/4 simplified will be 1/2. So my answer is going to be 1/2, and I'm measuring pounds. I need to see your work on this chapter. So if you don't have all this equation wrote out to the side, rewind the video and write the equation out, because I won't accept your homework unless it's all wrote out. Number 5, use number sense. Veronica jogged 10 3/16 miles in 1 week. The next week she jogged 8 7/16 miles. How many more miles did she jog that first week? So when we have something that says how many more, that leads us to believe it's a subtraction. So we have 10 3/16 minus 8 7/16. Okay, I'm going to let you figure it out from here. Yes, you have to borrow from the 10 and rename. So show me your work and tell me the answer. Number 6, Coretta swam 4 3/8 miles in the morning and 2 6/8 miles in the afternoon. Joey swam 2 5/8 miles in the morning and 3 miles in the afternoon. How many more miles did Coretta swim than Joey? Okay, this is a multi-step problem. You have to add this to this for Coretta's total times. Then the next thing you do is you add this and this for Joey's total times. Then you subtract the difference from the two totals. Do you follow? Please listen to the video. Okay, here we go. So Coretta, I'm just going to put a little C, and we're going to do 4 3/8 and 2 6/8, and it's adding. So we have 3 plus 6 is 9/8. Ooh, I noticed something right away. That is top heavy. So I know I can take 8/8 out of it, which is a whole number, and I'm going to put it over here and add it right here as a whole number. So 9 minus 8 is going to equal 1/8 is what's left over. So now when I'm adding, I need to make sure I add this number, wrong color, this number, and this number to equal my whole number set. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So Coretta's total is 7 1/8. Now I need to do Joey's. I'm going to do Joey's in blue. And I'm going to do Joey's over here on the side. So we have 3 plus 2 and 5/8. Well, 5/8 plus nothing is, well, 5/8. 3 plus 2 is 5. So then I have these two numbers. This is Joey. Now I want to know how many more miles did Coretta swim than Joey. Here's Coretta's number. Here's Joey's number. So we need to subtract both of those. So I'm just going to bring Joey's number over here underneath Coretta's and subtract. And of course, we're going to have to rename and regroup because we cannot take 5 from 1. So I'm going to turn that into a 6. I'm going to add 8. 8's over here. So then that's going to be 9 8s and 5/8. Now I can subtract 9 minus 5 is going to be 4/8. And then I can have 6 minus 5 is going to be 1. 1 and 4/8, but I can simplify. So it's going to equal 1 1/2 miles. Okay. Please make sure you have all these equations written neatly out to the side. Number 7, Ross has 7 1/3 of a yard of material. He bought more, and then he used. So he's going to add that number, and then he's going to subtract that number. How many yards does he have left? So I like it when we get to add. 6 and 1/3 plus 2 and 1/6. Of course, they are not common denominators, so we need to find the common denominator. 6 will go into 6 one time. 3 will go into 6 twice. Now we can add. So 2 plus 1 is 3, 6, and 6 plus 2 is 8. So our total number is 8 and 3 6. Now I know we can simplify that, but I'm taking a quick peek at the next number, and I see the bottom number has a 6. So I'm not going to simplify this just yet because I'm not finished, and I can see that I'll get along a lot nicer with this one. Next, what I'm going to have to do is they want us to subtract. So this is where I'm going to let you do your own work. 6 and 5, 6. We need to subtract. But there's a problem. That number is bigger than that number. So you're going to have to rename by borrowing from the 8. You're going to have to rename that and then do your subtraction. All right, do your work and show me your answer. Raise your hand when you're finished so I can come and check your guided practice and your homework. Thank you.